What I was going to say, Susan, first of all, is welcome, which I shall say to you, and secondly, that tonight was going to be the first time that we were going to have seen your legs for a long time.
Oh!
But then you come in a long dress.
I'm very sorry.
Well,
but if you'd have told me, I'd have come in a swimsuit or whatever you wanted me to wear.
Well, you wouldn't just like to raise your dress slightly to show a bit of your legs? Well, we don't know whether... Do you still have legs?
Well, the only reason I say do I have to is that I've been rehearsing all day on the stage with bare feet, and I should think up to about there is black, and I haven't had time to wash them. So I would rather not have to show you my feet.
You mean you haven't taken a bath before you came onto...
No, because I came straight here from the Shaw Theatre.
Is that what's known as show business?
That's what's known as show business, yes.
And you sort of get into it and do it?
Yes.
And don't bother. When you've finished working hard at the end of the day, do you take a bath normally?
Normally, I don't take a bath at the end of the day. I take a bath in the morning, if you really want to know. But you mean, are you asking me how I relax?
No, I was asking if you took a bath at I mean, I would have thought...
I'm getting very suspicious. You're asking the simplest questions, and there am I being sort of defensive.
No. I just thought you may sit in a very elegant bath at the end of a day, cleaning the dirt from your feet and reading Anna Karenina.
No, I don't, no.
You don't?
No. I go home and I see my son and I have tea with him.
Right, so that's all very simple.
Very simple.
Now, we have got to know you over the last years as a classy lady on television, sometimes a venomous lady, sometimes a bitch. And yet, side by side with all that image that we have of you, and I'm not saying you're responsible for that because the rest of us may be, there is an air of the kind of English essence about you, isn't there?
Yes, I'm what you would describe as a typical English lady, and I think that it's really rather a shame that I am in this country. When I'm abroad, I don't think it matters. I think it's rather an asset. But when I'm here, I sometimes resent very much that I'm so typically English.
It may seem a rude question to you, but it's not. Are you well known abroad?
Yes.
Where are you best known abroad?
I suppose America, then Sweden and Scandinavia, and then France.
Where being English and I've got it written down here, one critic said you were, quote, bathed, I wish we hadn't had that word tonight, bathed in the innocence of remembered vicarage gardens.
Yes, I don't resent that at all.
You like that?
I think that's quite nice.
And yes. It would be an asset, wouldn't it, in the US of A?
Absolutely, yes.
Mm-hmm. Do your nostrils ever flare in real temper?
I tend to be rather placid, and that's why I so much like playing the people that I do play, which are usually, as you say, bitches or bad-tempered or not nice, pretty, sort of well-behaved, respectable girls.
You speak very, very beautifully. You elocute nicely in normal conversations. I presume we're having a normal conversation now.
Are you asking me if I've been for elocution lessons?
Yes.
No, not at all. I mean, I come from a sort of middle-class background where we sort of spoke vaguely like that.
And where you said class instead of class.
But that's American, isn't it?
No, it's also Lancastrian.
North Country, yes.
Yeah.
Well, my father's from Yorkshire, so I suppose I could have said class.
You could?
Yes.
Right. Now, you're going to die, aren't you, this weekend?
Yes, I am. But no, this weekend. They're going to now show the last 7 episodes, so people have got to wait 5 episodes before I start to die, and then I do.
But we've seen in the newspapers pictures of you on your deathbed.
But that's because we finally recorded the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
There was a strike, as you know, and we waited for 2 months, and now we finished it.
Are you happy that you've actually done your deathbed bit?
I'm extremely happy that it's finished, yes. We're talking about the palaces. I don't suppose anybody knows, do they?
Well, I can't imagine there isn't anybody who doesn't know.
Yes.
Did anybody not know we were talking about the palaces?
Nobody knew. Never mind.
Well, I used 2 negatives. Does anybody not know? So they kept quiet, that means they did know, right?
I see. All right, yes.
Yeah. And you're all sort of glad to be rid of it?
Yes, I think working for 16 months on any one character is rather a long time.
Yeah. Then do you have to cart it round the world again?
Do you mean when it's shown in other countries?
Yeah.
I think it chases you for a long time, which is rather sad, because I think it rather sort of delays your career, if you know what I'm saying.
I do, but you're taking active steps, aren't you, to non-delay your career? I mean, you're now working as witness your dirty feet. You're working on the stage, aren't you?
Yes, doing a taming of the shrew at the Shaw Theatre. With Nicky Henson.
With Nicky Henson.
Yes.
And you're playing Katharina. Or Katerina, do you say Kath or Cat?
Katharina, yes.
And Petruccio or Petruchio?
Petruchio, like Pinocchio, yes.
You mustn't get confused, you know, it's not...
No, I won't say it, It's not Walt Disney, no.
Are you nervous of walking onto the stage now? Have you been on the stage recently?
The more I'm in this business, the more nervous I get for everything I do, regrettably. It's because the more you're in it, the more you know how not good you are. which is sad, isn't it, really?
Does that
I'm even the fact that I'm coming here this evening gave me about 6 sleepless nights, and then last night I said I must sleep well, otherwise I never get there. And then all through rehearsals today, I was biting my nails, and people said, "Don't worry, the part's coming along very nicely. You're doing very well." I said, "No, it's not that. I'm going to conceive Russell Harty this evening." Sort of bated breath, which is silly, isn't it, really?
Very silly.
Because you're so nice.
Well,
No, I meant that.
I'll tell you the story of my life.
I've had
6 sleepless nights, and I thought last night I must have a real good sleep because I'm meeting Susan Hampshire tomorrow night, and they all said, "You're doing very well at rehearsal," and I said, "Oh, it's because I'm meeting Susan Hampshire tonight." You know what I mean, the story?
Yes.
I'm as nervous as you are.
That's a good thing then, isn't
Really,
it?
yeah.
Yes.
But I don't have one of the diseases that you have. I mean, I have other diseases, but not one that you have.
What disease are you talking
Well,
about?
do you still suffer from your disease of dyslexia?
Oh, dyslexia. Yes. I am dyslexic, yes.
Does that mean you have difficulty learning lines?
No, not at all. And it always rather annoys me when people say I learn my lines with a tape recorder, which I don't.
Yeah.
Having dyslexia just means the inability to read easily, and you jumble your words, and very often in conversation I do the same thing, put the wrong words forward, etc., as you've probably noticed. And so it means that now, with a great deal of hard work, I can read well to myself, but I don't read very well out aloud. So it would be agony for me to have to stand up for a first reading in a play or something and read out loud unless I'd half learnt it.
But what happens at auditions then? Do you try to learn it first before you go to
Well,
audition?
that's why for so many years they could only cast me with the sort of parts that I just looked right for, because the reading was so appalling that they couldn't believe anybody could be so dreadful. And they just used to laugh or think I was trying to be sort of cocky and make up my own text.
Or pull a fast one?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, do you know what it is? Is it if it's disease is a heavy word? It's not a disease.
No,
it's an
it's
affliction.
not.
Is it?
They say it's a congenital brain condition, I think.
But it is in the brain and not in the eye.
No, apparently your brain is split into 2 halves, and one works the right side of you and one works the left. But this is where both halves have the capacity to work both sides of your brain. So when you come to reading, they're fighting each other, and that's where the confusion sets in. But of course dyslexia is also a very marvellous word to cover up for really being backward or really being lazy or really just not being very bright.
When did you first know then that it was diagnostically dyslexia?
Only when I was about 21, when it became medically recognised. Before, I just thought I was an idiot, and it had never occurred to me that there was anything else, no.
At 21, did you then want to be an actress at that age?
Yes, I was already an actress from 7.
So what's from 7?
Yes,
Well,
but then my mother would hear my lines and help me then.
But what got you forward and stopped everybody from thinking you were a schmuck?
I suppose in a way the Forsyte saga changed my life from playing somebody who wasn't sweet.
I've asked you the wrong question.
Yes.
Or you've given me the wrong answer. Which is that, and I don't know what the right answer is that what kind of inner force drove you to overcome this disability and be an actress, which is must be the most difficult business for you, having the thing you have?
Well, I didn't know it was a disability. I just thought I was stupid, as I said. And when I was at school, people did obviously tend to laugh at me a great deal, because I did, when we did reading out loud, just read rubbish or just make up the words. And they say, "What's 9 times 9?" I say, very quickly, sort of thinking that I was getting away with it, and therefore you try to make more friends and be more sort of jolly and everything. But when you're little and people laugh at you, you always think to yourself, when I'm big, I want to be somebody that nobody laughs at. I want to go through Harrods and I want to have a gold bracelet. I want to be important. And you want to be like Elizabeth Taylor when you're little. And it's only later on that you fall in love with the business itself. And 10 years ago, I was terribly ambitious, and I'm not particularly ambitious at all. I just want to be, when I'm 60, rather good.
Are you lazy in any way?
What do you mean, about washing up? Or?
No, I meant if you say you're not ambitious in some way, does that also mean, well, I can't be bothered doing that part?
No, I'm extremely diligent. I'm prepared to take any risks and make a fool of myself and all that. I just mean that it isn't the most important thing to me to be the most famous person or the most adored or the most worshipped.
Or the most beautiful.
Or the most beautiful or any of that. But it's now much more important to me to be thought of as quite good and to learn and to be a little bit daring in my career, which probably I wasn't when I thought I was an idiot.
So you're getting a little wiser, you think? Now?
Yes, I hope so. Yeah. It's silly to get older.
Does that mean that you're still stung, as I know you were in the past, by bad reviews and bad notices?
I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, I have had some of the most appalling notices ever written, I should think, about me in the past.
Join the club, honey, join the club.
And, of course, it is painful, isn't it? But now I realise that somebody's got to tell me, and so I take it much better than I used to. I just wish that they could write me a private letter and say, I think you've totally misunderstood the character and I wish you do it a different way. But they don't. They put it in the paper and all your mates read it, don't they?
They do. And they ring you up and tell you, don't
and
they?
they say, I'm so sorry. What about that? Have a glass of something. Oh, you say what? What is it? I haven't read it.
Oh,
Say, haven't you seen it? Oh, my God. And let me read it to you. And then they read it. And it's, you know... Never mind.
Now, you're very newly divorced, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
About sort of like just over a week.
Yes.
Did you enjoy being a wife?
Very much, yes. Shall I tell you something? I was very happily married, and if the opportunity arose to get married again, I wouldn't say no to it. I think I was very lucky to have married the person that I love most in the world, and that he married me.
So if Mr. Right number 2 comes along, you would willingly engage in another arrangement?
I certainly have nothing against marriage, no, nothing at all. And I won't have a word said against my ex-husband.
I was not intending to say.
No, but I thought you might be sort of trying to wheedle me around to saying something about it.
No, I was not. And it is very refreshing to hear you be so outspokenly graceful about the arrangement. It was a very interesting arrangement, though, at times, wasn't it? I mean, you lived separate lives even before you were divorced.
Yes, we lived in different countries. We met at weekends, or if I was pregnant or whatever, I would go and be with him all the time that I was. But in fact, I think we probably saw each other more than the average couple, because what we would do would work very hard during the week, and then the 3 days we were to be together was really together, whereas a lot of chaps come home and read the newspaper and get behind the telly, don't they?
Well, in front of the telly.
In front of the telly, yes. And they probably don't talk very much, their wives, in front of the telly. Yes.
Or behind it if it's not working.
To mend it, yes. That's dyslexia. Behind instead of in front, yes, you see.
I was hoping you'd give us an instance of
yes.
it. If you've analysed it at all, and I wish not to dwell upon it, is it because passion faded from the arrangement?
I think that those arrangements work marvellously well as long as passion lasts. Do I have to say more than that?
No, you don't,
No.
except if you having said that, if I may just add one thing, which you may
Yes.
then keep quiet after or pursue,
Yes.
which is that often when passion fades from a marriage, something else overtakes that or takes its place, like habit or
Yes.
friendship or whatever, something moves into that area that passion has newly moved out of.
Yes.
That didn't swim in to fill your gap, did it?
I'm getting into an area where I really have to answer why it ended. That's and I would have thought just by what they wrote in the newspapers about it would have been enough to say.
Fair enough.
Yes.
I accept
Yes.
that. And there needs to be an area of privacy. You keep
Yes.
it. Right.
Yes.
Now, we saw a bit of you before you came on from Hollywood. I mean, it was in your Hollywood days, wasn't it, when you were prancing up and down?
That sounds a very strange thing to say.
Well, no, you worked in Hollywood?
Well, yes, but I mean, I just kept being taken over there to sign contracts, and every time I got there...
Oh, come on, taken over to sign contracts? I mean, do you mean that somebody pushed your hand along and said, do that?
A little bit, yes. I mean, I was very young then, and they would say, you're going to make this film with, I've forgotten who it was now, and anyway, you get on the plane, you get there, and when you get there, they say, you've got to sign this, and it's for 7 years. So the first one I said no to, which was with 20th Century Fox, and then the second one I said no to, which was with the MGM, and the third one I said no to, which was with Walt Disney. So that's it.
That's it.
For no other reason than...
You don't want to go back again, I was going to say, do you?
No, not at all. I thought you suddenly were going to do something.
No, I'm not going to do anything. I was suddenly going to put those questions down.
Oh, I see, yes, and it suddenly made me nervous.
When you don't want Hollywood, you're away from the palaces almost.
Yes.
What else? You're doing Katharina, and then at Christmas time you're going to become Wendy.
No, Peter Pan.
God damn it.
You knew, really, didn't you?
I really knew. Peter Pan you're going to be at Christmas.
I'm going to be Peter Pan at Christmas, yes.
Yeah. And looking forward to that?
Very much,
Have you
yes.
started doing anything about it?
No, because the only thing that's in my mind at the moment is Katharina. I mean, The Taming of the Shrew, and until that's open, I won't think of anything else.
My
really.
dear Susan, do you know that when you are Peter Pan and that you will have to fly about?
Yes, I'm looking forward to
on
it.
On a wire?
Yes.
Well, have you ever flown on a wire?
No, I haven't.
Well, I'm here to tell you, I am living proof, almost living proof, to tell you that it is an extremely painful thing.
But it's different for you than it would be for me.
How?
Do I have to go into anatomical details? Is that the right word?
No, but look, we've both got, apart from other things, we've both got a
Yes.
pair of legs, right?
Yes. But I thought...
And the straps, and what happened to me, I'm
Yes.
sure will happen to go under, I think, go underneath you, there, like that.
But that's why I'm saying it's worse for you than it would be for me.
You're quite right, madam.
Yes.
If I'd have been in it, I would have started as Peter Pan and ended up as Wendy. Except all I can say to you is that I hope that when